A great technique to target bass is with a lipless crankbait. So I'm going to give you some tips on selecting a lipless crankbait. First, I like to keep mine organized in two boxes. I have one here in shad colors and one here in kind of crawfish bluegill colors. So primarily in the spring, I'm going to be using this box, the crawfish bluegill colored lipless crankbaits. Shad ones come more into play, you know, later in the season as those bass begin to feed on shad. So I'm going to set that one aside. So here in my Lure Lock LL1 case, I got a wide collection of lipless crankbaits. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to have, I like to use primarily two sizes. You either have your traditional half-ounce size or you have a little bit bigger on that 3/4 ounce side. Each manufacturer is going to have a little bit different weighting system on it, so you just got to play around and check it out. So as you can see here, I'll grab two same ones out. You can just see the profile change. So here I have the larger 3/4 ounce size, and here I have the standard half-ounce size. These are BOOYAH, the one knockers. You know, so again here you have two different size profiles of baits. So you know both where this comes into play is both the depth of water you're fishing, the forage that the bass are feeding on, the cover you're fishing, wind, you know, current. A lot of variables come into play. I'll usually start off with the standard half-ounce size, but you know if I need to get down in the water column, if the bass want a larger profile of bait, I'll bump up to that 3/4 ounce size. So what also you're going to notice here is with that one knocker version, show you here on the 3/4, is compared to just your standard rattling that you have in a lipless crankbait, that one knocker has a real distinct knocking sound to it. So that is just another variable that you can add to your lipless crankbaits this spring, is to have the standard models and then a one knocker version where, you know, it's just a little something different that the bass don't always hear. So if they're on the water and hearing a ton of just normal lipless crankbait rattles going over their head, by the end of the day they're going to be accustomed to that and want something different. If you go behind guys with a different style of lipless crankbait like a one knocker, you may be able to get a few more bites or some bigger bites in the boat as those bigger fish maybe become weary to the normal sound. Well, and then also just colors. You know, as you see here, it's a lot of reds and oranges, but everything's a little bit different. You know, some of them have a little bit more orange in the belly, some of them have more yellow, some of them are a little bit more on the darker red to lighter red. Again, you just want to have enough options with you on the water so you have all the possible things at your fingertips when those bass are biting, because if all of a sudden that bite turns off, you can just go in your box, grab a different bait to try out, and get right back on that bite. So this spring, when you're out there throwing a lipless crankbait for spring bass, make sure you have a wide variety of options, because you don't want to be left out on the water not getting bites when the guy up in front of you is loading the boat.